Hey everyone, it's Robyn James here. I'm the Melanesia Conservation Director and the Asia Pacific Gender Advisor at TNC. I'm based in Brisbane, Australia, and I have the wonderful, wonderful privilege of working with my colleague Ruth Konia. So she'll introduce herself. Off you go, Ruth.
Hi everyone. My name is Robyn is Ruth Konia, and I'm from Papua New Guinea, and I am based here in Port Moresby. And yeah, glad to be on and share our experiences.
And our relationship to each other, we've worked together for a long time now. Hey Ruth, how many years have you been at TNC now?
9 years.
9.
9 years.
Oh man, goodness.
Yeah.
And I've been here for nearly 10 years. So we've been together for a long time now, and our working relationships changed a little. I'm now formally Ruth's supervisor, but I would hardly call it supervising. We more supervise each other, I would say. But I'm going to start with the first question of how we support each other professionally and personally. And over to you, Ruth. You go first, and then I'll add to that.
Yes, like Robyn said, our relationship started way back, even when she wasn't even my supervisor then. I would totally rely on her opinion if I want to do something or say something, because I find it to be very attentive. And it's not just a matter of being attentive. You can tell from the voice, even if it's just a phone call, that she cares about what you are saying. So in that manner, like, I started depending on her even before she became my supervisor. Actually depending on her knowledge as well, and encouragement and guidance as well. And we've actually come a long way. I mean, it's not more like she said, it's not like a supervisor kind of relationship that we have. It goes beyond just work, and it's like we know each other very well. I think Robyn is one person where I can tell anything I want to say under the sun without, having to fear that, I may say the wrong thing, or this what I said would not be right, or I don't really mind when I talk to Robyn. It's like I'm so open, and I just say whatever I want to say. And she's one person who has the time to listen and actually give very constructive feedback. So it's not like, I've been through work with other organizations and other people, but the kind of relationship that I have with Robyn has gone beyond just work, and it's really special. And it goes beyond work. What I'm saying, I meant it, because she's become like a part of the family. Even when she comes around here, we're all really looking forward to see her. And when she's here, we know she's here. And I think she knows exactly what we want. I mean, women needs apart from just work. So she would come up here with little things, not only for us, but for our kids as well. So we'll go home and tell them, this is from Auntie Robyn. And they go, yeah, Auntie Robyn sent this and that. And like, it's more like not just work. It's like family, but we make sure that, we treat each other professionally when it comes to work and all that. So we don't put that personal relationship in the way, but in a way it kind of strengthens the relationship and the understanding and the mutual respect as well. So that's what I see from Robyn. I mean, and professionally, I've actually developed a lot in terms of gaining confidence. Because when I first started, I told Robyn, no, I can't talk. And I can't do this, I can't do that. And she goes, no, you can. You can do this, you can do that. You can say this, you can say that. So who's going to tell you no? Who's going to say what you said is not right? So I've actually gained a lot of confidence in terms of going out there and actually representing the program, talking about the kind of work that we do back here. And she's given me that, that leap. I actually gained that confidence in terms of my work. And now I can, I'm a lot more confident than before, I can say. And I used to say that, no, I can't do it. And she would tell me, no, you can. So it's like, it's that motivating factor that actually grew in me. And now I can talk. I mean, really, I can talk. And
You can talk.
and I realized that, like, okay, here's someone who believes in me, okay, someone who knows that I can do this, I can do that. And every time she would tell me, would you like to attend this meeting? Oh, it's about this and that. And I would say, no, Robyn, do you think I can really do it? And she goes, I know you can, girl, just go for it. And like standing there, she would just look at us and, give a thumbs up and say, go for it. So, that kind of feeling, that kind of mutual respect and understanding, and that courage, yeah, she gives us that courage to go and stand. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who is talking about that. My colleagues here, we all talk about it. And she's one woman who's actually, when coming into TNC, has actually changed the face of the organization and how ladies tend to gain that confidence amongst ourselves. And everyone's talking about it. I mean, the relationship has grown, and it's so dynamic in a way, professionally. And my other colleagues are also talking about it. Like, when they first started, they were just like, oh, confined to their positions and to their tables and just doing meetings and stuff. But now they can go out there, they can represent the organization, they can talk. And, even before we do that, we call up Robyn and we say, oh, we have this meeting. What can we do? What can we say? And she coaches us. I mean, you don't get that from people, all the time. Tells you, okay, so what are you going to say? Okay, this is nice. Perfect. Not even once she will say that, oh, no, I don't like this. No, this is good. No, 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 no. She will tell us, I trust you. I know you're going to do it. I don't know how to say this, but this is, she believes in us, she believes in women, and not only us, every time we introduce her to a partner on the ground, a community woman, a community leader, and Robyn would come out and say exactly, the personalities and the qualities of that woman and how we need to support them, in terms of work and stuff like that. And, in every place that we go to, we've come out picking out women champions in everything that we are doing. So I've never really had a keen interest on, working with women, actually pulling them out from the community. But after I've worked with Robyn, like I've just developed it as a passion now. So everywhere I go, I'm seeing these women. I feel like, okay, come, be a part of this. You can do this, do that. So, it has actually motivated me, and actually some of the women here too that we work with in their program, like we've all sort of appreciated the professionalism that we have with Robyn, and as well as on the personal front, yes, she's always been there for us. She asks us how we are feeling, It's really, do you get that from your supervisor? How are you today? How are you feeling? How are the kids? Sometimes people don't really care about, your family, your children, how they're doing and stuff like that. They're only interested in work, but this is different. So, when you open up, that's what I feel. When I open up about my family, how my kids are doing, how I'm doing, then it sort of opens up the whole avenue where I feel, I can say anything. And I've actually grown a lot in that space. So yeah, that's how I think about Robyn and how I feel.
Ruthie, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if we can put this on the public website. I'm watching. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love that. That was beautiful. And I would say, I can't say anything as eloquently as you, but I would say right back at you, my friend. Ruth and I, as you know, have been together for a long time now, nearly a decade. And in the same way as I think I try to help and enable Ruth and her team in PNG, I feel that she does the same for me. So she has taught me so much about what it is to be a woman in Papua New Guinea, and so have the rest of the team. But Ruth and I, we're really close. Like I would say we're more like sisters now. And with that comes trust and obligation and all sorts of wonderful things. That means we can really, really get some of our work happening in PNG because we all have different skills and we value each other the same. I would say that about Ruth as well, is that she is a leader in the true sense of leader. She's a servant leader. She supports everyone in her team to be what they can be. And she supports her kids and family and people in her communities. And she's one of those people that I'll take up a bunch of stuff, from here from Australia, and Ruth doesn't keep it all for herself. She gives it to all the little homeless kids that live around her, and I know that all that sharing, and she makes a meal and it's for everybody in her neighborhood. No one's ever turned away, and that's such a special quality. And TNC is just so lucky to have people like her, because she's sort of got this big strategic vision about where we're going with our women's work, and she's happy to kind of put in the hard work to do it, but she never loses that humanity, the side of it as well. So I guess I think we've answered all the questions. I mean, some of those things around our favourite things about each other, I think, you know, most people could tell how much we love each other. But we really challenge each other as well. Like, we don't just agree with each other for the sake of it. And I think that's why our relationship's really valuable. Like, we don't, I'm not scared of Ruth to tell her if I don't agree with something, and the same with her with me. And that's how you grow in the workplace. If you trust each other enough to make mistakes, to have a go, and also to say things that may not be exactly what the other person wants to hear. And I feel like we have got to a point now in our team where we can do that, and that's how we're growing. So that would be my favourite thing. No, that I have millions of favourite things about Ruth, but I think that's one of them. And I think one of the most important things you can do for other women at work is to believe in them, to notice when they're not there, to always look around and say, who's at the table here, who's missing, how can we help that person, that woman, get to the table and be part of decisions, and realise their potential. So don't just put them in a box defined by their job description or whatever it is. Let's help everyone grow and be what they want to be in our organisation. So, Ruth, do you want to say anything to conclude?
I totally support what you just said, because this is exactly what is happening. Like I said earlier on, you believed in us, and you've given that, you know, confidence to all of us here in the office, and, you know, having promoted our girls here, you know, something that they never dreamed that they would get promoted to a level where they would coordinate and lead things. And I mean, especially for Sanita and Magdalene and them, like, they've actually grown from just being admin assistant to, you know, field coordinators, actually coordinating projects with other women and taking the lead. I mean, you've realized that you've given an opportunity, like you just said, not to see women with their terms of reference and leave them in the box, but give them the, you know, the wings to fly, so they can, you know, make a difference in their workplace. And I think you've actually proven that, and you keep doing that, and you keep believing in us, and that's the spirit about you, Robyn, that will, you know, motivate us no matter how difficult our environment, our work may be. But that is true. So yeah, we greatly acknowledge that.
And same to you, Ruth. And I think for other people across the organisation, just acknowledging the commitment it takes in some of our country programs, just even for women to bring themselves to work. Like, it's a real struggle for some of our women in terms of their daily life, and for us to really acknowledge that and help women every way we can to be what they want to be at work is beyond just the normal day-to-day job description. So I'm going to stop there because I think we've gone way over time. But yeah, just hope this is interesting for other people in the organisation. So bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Look at you.